Oh, still got a bit of a croaky voice, but I'm feeling better. Bit of a bad night, but better this morning. I'm trying to do the positive vibes to get this cold from shifting, flu, whatever it is I've got, because my body's aching as well, but it's okay. I quickly wanted to come on because, the 11th hour is coming up. I did do a quick drawing of, for Remembrance Day today. I've not put detail in it yet, but I did do a quick painting, soldier, poppy hats, and to me, like I said the other day, this is not just for, because people can get offended over things, over the war, because of certain things. We know about opium and all that sort of stuff. But this isn't. This is, to me, it means, remembrance of all those who've died all over the world, civilians and soldiers, veterans, people who are affected by it in many different ways that are here as well. That's what it means to me, for the remembrance of all those. Because, like I said, we know that most are man-made and it's evil, but it's people might see that as a bad thing to remember, but not to remember maybe that it's the people that have passed and are still here with issues and stuff like that. Civilians and soldiers, hello. So I just wanted to come on quickly because, sorry about the voice, it's still croaky. Because the 11th hour is coming up and I want to see if they're reporting on France and stuff. So that was a quick thing for that. I do want to meditate in a bit. That's why I'm not going to stay on long, because I said about there's a mass meditation going on globally for humanity and disclosure. If you know me on my channel, yeah, but I'm still croaky. If you know me on my channel, I do talk about aliens, and I'm wearing blue today because I thought, and I always think that thought is something else coming in, over spirits, aliens, whatever, blue things on, because when I meditate I seem to see the colour blue, so I've put a bit of blue on today, and this blue's, what stone is it? I can't think, because it was my nana's favourite, it's turquoise, because that's the colour I keep seeing when I meditate. Also, just before getting to alien disclosure, this little book I brought about chakras and that, because I need to get meditating more, because I don't do it a lot, and I know it's a thing I need to get into. I was just looking at, and this book's really cute as well, the throat chakra, which sort of, I was like, it says the attributes. I'm not going to go through it all. It's the internal and external throat, age of Renaissance, sensory experience, hearing, sorry about the voice, qualities, will, communication, creativity, truthfulness, and integrity. That's what I've been trying to get across. No wonder my voice is going. Throat chakra. Life issues, to harness your will, to express your highest truth, to live creativity, I can't even say it. To live creatively. Oh my God, I can't even say it. Creatively. So that's funny, because that's what I do. Physical activities, Alexander technique, yoga, which I'm trying to get into. Osteopathic alignment of the spine. Is it craniosacral therapy? Expressive theatre and dance. QI Gong Tai Chi, is it? Spiritual activities, chanting, silent retreats, fasting, yoga, prayer, meditation, singing. Been doing a lot of that lately, and I didn't know why. Keeping a journal. I go on about journaling, and I make journals. Public speaking. Well, funnily enough, I do that on here. Bearing witness. Essential oils, blue chamomile, which makes me laugh, and I've been drinking chamomile tea. Is it Lang Lang? Planet, is it Gardenia? I'm not sure. Metal, mercury, element, the ethers in which all things are contained. Music note, G type of music, opera. Just wanted to put that out there. Now, with the alien disclosure, I'm not saying it's going to happen today. I do think big things are happening today, even if it's not seen properly on mainstream media. As we all know, what today stands for, both in that number of 11:11, the Great Awakening, and the 11th is, Remembrance Day and Trump going to Putin and all that. But I've seen some videos that I want you to go and check out if you're into all the alien conspiracy. Because they're saying, we don't know how this will come out. We know people know about it, and the thing is, it's not a secret anymore, a secret space program or aliens. They've always been here. Some people call them ghosts. Some people call them orbs. It's a frequency, it's an energy. They've always been here from time dot, observing us, if you like to say. I'm not going to go into it because you can go and watch these videos and see what you think, because I'm not going to be on here that long. But they were saying, we're not saying Trump's going to let it out. Putin could let it out. Well, other world leaders could bring this out. I'm not definitely saying it's going to happen today. Other things are probably going to come out because, like I said, it's the tip of the iceberg. But these videos were saying 2019 because maybe it's going to be said, we've got this technology, wow, getting people a little bit used to it. And then next year, which isn't that far away when you think of 2019, we're in November, nearly December, Christmas is about 6 weeks away. Next year is not that far away. It's not like we're saying in 10 years that I think other people are going to be seeing and hearing a lot of things, the ones who are asleep. But like they said on this video, the ones who are asleep who won't see it, well, they're just, like it says in the speech that I'll read out in a minute, the thing that I read out in the pink book about in 1909, they will be left behind, as in, you've got to get your heads around it, people. I'm not saying you have to believe in it, I do. It's a spiritual warfare, it works off energies. They were mentioning about, certain stuff in America. Why is it always America? Because there's certain things there. But also we have crop circles here, which they were saying in one of the videos, what about the crop circles over here? And a guy said, when the Romans came over, they killed off a lot of shamans. Here it's a bit like the Native American Indians in America, same sort of thing. They killed them off. Their blood was drenched on these areas where the crop circles are. So maybe that energy and that frequency is why these crop circles are coming up. It's a message. That made sense as well. Not all crop circles, he said. Some are made from, And also I believe in the reason why we get a lot of different things going on in the UK compared to America is because the ley lines we have in England, and if no one knows about ley lines, it's where it all holds energy, and we are all made of energy, and extraterrestrials are energy and frequency, so they come in different ways. Like I've said before, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. They're around us all the time. They've been here since time dot. We work off different frequencies. I've talked about that before, but the videos, if you want to go and check them out to see what I was watching, was VAMN TV in capital letters, VAMN TV, and one was Aliens Are Real. That's a good one to look for because it's about frequencies and sort of dimensions, if that's what you want to call it, frequencies that we all work off. We all are spiritual beings over selves, whatever you want to call it, soul beings having a physical experience here. That's really interesting if you haven't seen it or want to get to sort of look into it. And then also on their channel they have one called Get Ready, a huge disclosure is going to happen in 2019, where a guy from the UK, actually I think it's a UK channel, is having interviews with certain people, and it's very interesting. Even people that were in the FBI, even though we know about them, but there are people, they're not all bad, and people are trying to get this disclosure out, like I've said before. So it makes sense to me. Like I said, disclosure's not just on that, it's on a lot of things, but when you look into it, all the things of disclosure and wars, why they set wars off as well, it's to do with other stuff, and the things they always put false flags in to keep us away from certain things is alien technology and extraterrestrials that are around us. When people get scared in movies, because that's why they put it in movies about getting abducted and that, they talk about that. And funnily enough, my sister's just rang me up and she went, I was watching this thing last night and I didn't want to say anything because her partner was sat next to her and she didn't want to seem like a lunatic. And she said, yeah, and this girl was saying about this interview and she got abducted and all this, but in the end, another woman said, I'll tell you how it ends, and it was the same ending. They're tagging us, as in, they're abducting us. We abduct animals, if you want to say, like it says in the video, to tag them, to see how they're doing in the wild, high with, pollution that's out there. They're doing the same thing with us, to see how we're coping with what's been going on, of the the evil ones, if you want to call it, polluting the planet and putting poison, all that sort of stuff to us. They're trying to see how we're coping, but they do want disclosure to happen. So it's very interesting, even if you don't believe in it and you're just like looking at stuff like that, it's very good to go and look at. Hi, Tapper77. So I've still got a croaky voice, but I am feeling better. I just wanted to put out about the disclosure thing. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen soon. We don't know who's going to disclose it, but even all the Q stuff goes back to this, because like I said, what's in the briefcase of the presidents in the United States that, others aren't meant to see? What did JFK know? So when JFK Jr. comes out, what is he also going to bring up? It doesn't mean it's going to be Trump. It could be Putin. It could be all world leaders talking about this. There's many things going on. So I'm not saying it's going to happen today, even though 11/11 is a great awakening, but something could be said. Not that they maybe are not going to show themselves, but something could be said. You have to listen to the words that Trump says. The secret Space Force program has been here for a long, long time. They have been around us a long, long time. They're here right now. So I'm just going to read this out again just because I love it. Like I said, the people who were asleep, like it says on here, you're going to get left behind. Not in that bad way if you're going to get left behind. It just means people are just going to have to get on board in their own way. Yeah, JFK Jr. 2020, yes. Whoop, whoop, of course. So maybe all of it will disclose next year. So when JFK Jr. comes in, people are going to be used to the idea that there are extraterrestrials around us. We are part of extraterrestrials. We are spiritual beings as well. So we are all connected. It's just that we work on different frequencies. Thank you. So I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen today, but you need to listen to what Trump says, because it's sort of coded. It's all connected to wars and all things that are happening that have not want to come out. Even someone talked about Hillary was going to disclose it. I was like, whoa. But like I said, if you polar shift, lots of things happening. And they're also talking about the aliens come in on there's different ones, but can come in through portholes and different gateways. I do believe that polar shift, if you want to call it, or the Aurora Borealis, I can't even say it, Aurora Borealis lights down in Antarctica is one of those gateways. I think there's a core there. That's where different frequencies can come in and out to our plane, or whatever you want to call it. But that's just what I think. Yeah, and I do believe in them indictments might be other things as well, as not what also people are just thinking that's going to be in there. So I'm going to read this out one more because I want to do a bit of meditating in a bit and shut my voice up for a bit. Throat chakra. Talking about truth. They're trying to shut me down. I will read it out again though. Yeah, they vibrate quite quickly, like fan blades, so you can't see them. So you think of it like that as a very good example. So in 1909, it's going to go, we lost everything. My father caught on. First to the Bilderbergs. He demanded to know who the Greys were and why they were here. That's why I'm not coming on after, I don't think. They killed him. I strategically staged my death, allied with the one person in this world whom I knew was honourable enough to trust and begin to build the plan. By the way, I know that people have been saying you think my voice is sexy because it's going. Penance is coming, regardless of what you think. You are not yet awake. This says it all. You do not know how deep this goes. If you knew, you would never sleep. Many of you would never go on. You need each other. It's an awakening. You need every one of you. Learn to play nice with each other or be left behind. If one stumbles, pick them up. If one asks a question, give them the answer. This is how we grow. There's no more room in the plan for arrogance and self-importance. If you turn one away, you have hurt the plan. If you hurt the plan, you'll be left behind. We are watching. We see all. There are no secrets. You would never believe the files that are kept on every one of you. For that matter, you would never believe where they are kept. Prepare for the next phase. Prepare each other. You are one, and where we go one, we go all. Prepare each other for the next phase. The next phase to me is the next phase of humanity, but the next phase of truth with the disclosure that many of us know. So it's not really a disclosure. It's just we want validation, or whatever the word is, as in it needs to come out to the people who are asleep, because there's a lot of us that see things, orbs, ghosts, or what people call the ghosts, it's spiritual. I think they are to people call them demons. It's not. It's the ETs. It's different frequencies coming in. Sometimes they come in the way that you'd like to see certain things. Sometimes they don't. Very scary. I just took a picture of what looked like hundreds of faces coming out of the veil or tunnel, and they didn't look happy. Or maybe they're not happy because, we've been doing certain things to ourselves. So it's just truth, basically. Whatever it is, we want the truth, a raspy voice. Yeah. So, you know, they are messing with certain. Well, maybe. See, some are, like I say, some people say these people are bad, some are good, this is bad, the bad. I don't believe all the FBI are bad and this, that, and the other, but I think there's people been trying to make gateways to get things in quicker, maybe. I don't know, but I know it's on 17, but I just believe disclosure, it's coming. I don't exactly know when, but it will be coming soon. In a certain way, like I said, maybe alien technology will be dropped first, but then the question is, well, where did it come from? And then it'll start coming out because we've got to get people used to it. There's a lot of people who know about this. If you're seeing things in the sky, you've had an experience yourself, you're meditating and hearing things coming through, because the root chakra is coming through earth and the top chakra, that's cosmic, it comes up both ways. That's where thought comes in. Well, maybe they're trying to bring bad ones in, but like I said, that's why we need to know the truth, because there's a lot of disinformation put out there and people need to know the truth so they're not living in fear. But let's see, I've got to go because, I want to meditate in a bit myself and find out certain things. But please go in. I'm not saying this is God's honest truth. I'm just saying these are interesting videos if you've not seen them. This is what I see everyone talking about. So we know something's going on and we know there's truth in all of it. That's all I'm saying. So VAMN TV, go and check out Aliens Are Real, because it's all about the frequency, and the video that they've put up a few days ago, weeks ago, get ready, a huge disclosure is going to happen in 2019. A lot of things are coming and a lot of the truth does go back to ancient technology and what we really are. That's all I can see. Thank you. So I'm going to shut up now because of my voice, and I'm going to go and meditate because I think that'll do my voice some good. And I'm going to start watching what's going on, hopefully, if they're putting it out there, of what, live or whenever, about Trump in France and all that sort of stuff, and we'll see what goes down today. So that's what everyone keeps saying, that husky voice. This isn't my real voice, if you knew. I've had the flu or something. I'm trying to get rid of it. Exactly, thank you. Putin knows, and in one of these videos it said he's give the information over and said to Trump, the ball's in your court, you do with the information you want to. He woke up and exactly, and in one of these videos it actually said, I don't think it'll be Trump who discloses it. It could be another world leader like Putin. Putin does know. So where's Putin? Is he in France? Like I said, I don't know if it's going to happen today, but there's a lot of stuff going on, whether you believe it or not. Some people are awake, well awake, and some people are fast asleep, but it's going to come out whether you like it or not. Like I said, tip of the iceberg. You're welcome. Tip of the iceberg. Like I said, if you're not into all this stuff, then don't follow this channel, because this is what I talk about. And maybe that's why those pictures I do, which I've been doing for a long time, faces, people are like, why'd you paint faces? I've got blue hair and feathers in the hair, because maybe it means I'm trying to channel spiritual. I don't know. Wanted to put blue on today. This was my nana's, a butterfly. She loved turquoise colour, so I thought I'd wear that because she's not here in the physical anyway. One of her blue sort of bracelets was hers. Got a little dragonfly in today. One of her friend's ring, and I'll have to bring back one of her blue turquoise earrings in there. That was hers. Thank you. I'll be talking about auras as well, but I need to go and meditate, and there's a worldwide meditation going on, and in DC as well. We know why, because if you want to join in, it's, I think they said it was, I think they were doing it on the 11th hour, I'm not sure, meditating to bring in freedom for humanity, love and light and all that truth, and the disclosure of things we want to know about. So I may see you later when I've seen a few things going on, maybe, and hopefully if my voice has not totally disappeared. So I don't think Trump would put it in out today, as today is about No, I don't think he'll do it today, but you've got to listen to what Trump says in his speeches when he says stuff, because it does all go back to World War One, as in what some people don't get is, I don't know if it'll be put out there, obviously, because it is a Remembrance Day, but something might be said because it's going to come out, as in you have to listen, because it all goes back to World War One. That's why it's big today, because World War One, as some people know, Hitler didn't die. Sorry, the World War Two. The World Wars, not Hitler, sorry, the World Wars, a lot of them go back to alien technology. So the link and connection to ETs is there, and why World Wars first started off, like what's behind it and all that. Lots of things with Project Paperclip, and there's just loads of stuff out there, but a lot of it does go back to alien technology, nuclear weapons, the bomb in Japan, loads of different stuff, and ETs don't want nuclear weapons. Loads of mad stuff people are going to think's bonkers, which is funny that it's not funny, but that it's 100 years today. It is quite a big thing, if you get what I'm sort of saying. But anyway, oh yeah, sorry, with Hitler, so World War One, if it was 100 years ago, Hitler didn't die in the World War, the World Wars, when he said when he died, he went underground and came out in cooperations. We've had a silent war killing us off. The connection with Hitler, before I go, is, if anyone's looked up at Hitler, Antarctica, alien technology, flying saucers, where did he get that alien technology from? Maria, I always forget her name, had long hair, who was in connection, believed to be in connection with ETs, said she could channel ETs, got the information for alien technology to build these flying saucers. So some flying saucers out there is actually us in them, because we've got alien technology, and but where did we get it from? So if you get what I'm saying, a lot of it is linked with aliens. So just listen to what Trump, I'm not saying it's going to be disclosed today, but listen to what Trump says over there, because the world leaders are there, and as he was saying, he's got to come back quickly because there's a great event happening. We all know the disclosure goes back to JFK, Reagan, and stuff like that. It's all interlinked, and that's why 100 years out, that's why I've done the picture today. Remembrance, for all fallen soldiers, veterans around the world, civilians, innocent people that have got killed, but it's also, as we know, man-made wars for reasons and other reasons we know about as well. So, at the end of the day, if people haven't looked into Hitler and the Antarctica thing with that and alien technology, it's like, well, where did they get it from then? And Maria Arcus, was it? The Vril Society. If you've not looked into the Vril Society, it actually is all connected. And yes, Putin does know about that. A lot of other world leaders knew about it, and they killed them off. Assassinated people. That's why JFK got assassinated, and that's why JFK Jr. put a plan in place, and he's coming back, and that will all come out. So like I said, it might be in 2019 when it gets disclosed properly. Not too far away, is it? We're nearly at Christmas. Yeah, that's what I mean. We've got alien technology out there. We do have flying saucers that are man-made because we've had the alien technology given to us. It's always been here. They've been here for a very long time. That's what I mean about history. All the truth in the end is going to come out. If you're asleep, oh well, you're going to get woken up. And that's why I said there's people here that are here to help people understand. Because even if the economy went down, which it could do, alien technology, everyone's going to get scared, because they're going to be like, oh, but it'll get rebooted because the old guard needs to be taken down because it's not been doing us any good. So there's a lot of alien technology. The Vril Society, with a V, not an F, the Vril Society. You want to look into that. You want to look into Hitler and sort of alien technology and the Vril Society. He was in connection with Maria Orchid, was it? You look into that and you'll see. So yes, we have alien technology that humans use. Where do you think the stealth came from? What material is the stealth made out of? You can't see it, it's that fast. Well, where did that come from? Oh yeah, we had all flip up phones in Star Trek, the old one, didn't we? Where they came in, didn't they? The royal family. So it sounds a bit whack, but it's not. But if you actually look into certain stuff, you'll realise today is a big day, not just with veterans and stuff like this, because, that's what it is today. It's also with the actual thing of behind wars and what's been covered up as well. Yes, visible cloaking, and I read in someone's comment the other day, they went, the head's been messed up because they've just found out about Trump's uncle and Tesla. Tesla, where did he get that from? He said he was in contact with an alien contact. Where did he get the cloaking idea from? We're given it from extraterrestrials, spiritual beings. So if you haven't heard about Tesla and Trump, Donald Trump's uncle, Tesla, what Nixon was saying, all this stuff, you really need to look into it. Cloaking, invisible cloaking. So just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. This is where some people's heads are going to get messed up. But if you're interested in it, please go and look at these things. I could have I been asked to set a Discord up, but I don't know if it'll be too hard for you get trolls in there and people. I have tried to sort of mention things to people before, but I don't know if it's too much. Yeah, Vril Society, power of the coming. Exactly. The truth has always been here, even in the hippy dippy days when they were all meditating and going on, and then they got drugs in to mess their heads up, because we have DMT, we have all natural stuff that's inside us and everything, because everything is everything. So, mod your dad. I know. Well, we're on here, aren't we? So, like I said, if you're not into all this sort of stuff, yeah, Q or whatever, I'm into it all. You don't have to come here on here. Well, that's why you do have mods on Discord, and that's why I got chucked out of yours, because you didn't like what I was talking about. But I guess those asleep will see as well. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to have a live feed one time. Well, 68,000 plus indictments. I know you didn't do it, and I know you believe in certain stuff I do, but people are we getting on the train yet? 68,000 indictments. This is why people are like, why is it not come out? Why is it taking so long? Why has Q not said this and that? 68,000 indictments in the time that Trump's got in. What is in them indictments? Yes, they are about to drop. Theresa May's gone over to France. Apparently heard something about a car crash. She was nearly in one, but it wasn't her car. It was someone trying to assassinate her. We knew about, she's found out, we knew that there was actually an assassination going to be of May. I think it was last Christmas or the Christmas before. Is someone trying to shut her up or stop her from doing about what she's about to do? Or is she about to go? Because Ginsburg in America has gone, the Supreme Court judge has been took down because she fell, didn't she? The one who shouted out, paedophilia is good for, here's my dad, paedophilia is good for children. She's sick, she's out. Next one's Merkel, and then hopefully it will be May. We know what's going on. So I'm going to meditate for a little bit and then have a look around. I'm assuming it's going to be live, this parade, because it's nearly 11th hour, so I'm off. I just wanted to come on to say, let's see. Next year is going to be a fab year, and listen, if it's on, listen to the words Trump's saying, because sometimes it sounds like when people think he's saying whack things, it's because he's putting stuff out there. Like he's already said, Space Force, it's out there, that's what he said. We know this. He said there's a great event, we know this. There's a massive red wave coming again, because we've heard about the voting system and how they've been cheating, and if they do a revote, we know what's going on. So I may come back later if my voice is totally not gone. He is in France. Yep. So great Christmas we're going to have. But like I said, I don't know how that bit's going to get dropped, but it will get dropped in the end, and disclosure is coming. So like I said, I'll just go over what you might want to watch. Hi, Dolly. Oh, you're dying. What, have you got the flu as well? It's going about. They're trying to shut us up and kill us off, aren't they? VAMN TV. Get ready. A huge disclosure. See, my voice is going when I talk about disclosure. It's going to happen in 2019. Also, they've got a video out on aliens are real frequencies, because like I said, we all work off frequencies. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not here. Oh, by the way, when everyone talks about Lucifer, I'll just put this out there, and the devil, and oh, this is coming and that's coming, and we've already been in that. We've already been in that state. We've already been in the Luciferian state of deceit. That we've been deceived for a very long time. That's why the veil's being lifted. That's all I'm saying. We've already been in that, so I wouldn't worry about that. Oh yeah, I've heard about Albert Einstein. Humans only think Newton's law were correct. Well, there's a lot of mixed up things with Albert Newton and everything. Like I said, history's a lie and blah 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 blah. So enjoy today. Putting a prayer out there, intention, whatever. That's what I'm just about to go and do. I need to go now because it's nearly time. So I'll may see you later. Bye. Where we go when we go on.